What is dua? If it's not a transaction, then what is it? Dua is a conversation with Allah. We talk to Allah because we love Allah more than we love anything in this universe. To understand what it means to talk to Allah, we have to reflect on the conversation that Zakaria has with Allah alayhi salam. The first thing I'm going to ask you all is, what language was Zakaria alayhi salam making dua in? Who says Silati? Urdu? Arabic? Zakaria was making dua in Arabic? You think Arabic? What language was Zakaria making dua in? Aramaic. Because Arabic wasn't really around at that time. What do we learn from that? Make dua in your own native language. Did Musa alayhi salam make dua in Arabic? No. Did Ibrahim make dua in Arabic? Did Isa make dua in Arabic? Did Maryam make dua in Arabic? No. So why do some of us think that in order for us to speak to Allah, we have to memorize a script and we have to speak to Allah in Arabic? Does he not understand our language? He does. Now you tell me, when you speak to Allah in your own language, what's the difference? Does it have a difference in how you speak to Allah? What's the difference? It comes from the bottom of your heart. When you express yourself in the most raw and unfiltered manner, with no translation, no script, it will come from a part of your heart you didn't know exists. There's a reason why people write love letters in their own languages, or they express their care for people in their own languages. The prophets made dua to Allah in their own language. Now, how do we converse with Allah? If dua is not a transaction, then what is it? Note, Zakaria alayhi salam is speaking to Allah. إذ نادى ربه نداء خفيا. He calls out to Allah with a silent call. قال رب إني وهن العظم مني واشتعل الرأس شيبا. Oh Allah, my bones are weak, my hair is grey. وَلَمْ أَكُمْ بِدُعَائِكَ رَبِّ شَقِيًّا. My hair may be grey, my bones may be weak, but I'm not going to give up on speaking to you. وَإِنِّي خِفْتُ الْمَوَالِيَ مِنْ وَرَائِي. I'm scared there'll be no one after me to pick up my legacy. وَكَانَتْ امْرَأَتِي عَاقِرًا. My wife can't even bear children. فَهَبْ لِي مِن لَدُنْكَ وَلِيًّا. But even though it's impossible, I'm still going to ask you to gift me a child. يَرِثُنِي. Someone who inherits my legacy, not just any child. وَيَرِثُ مِنْ آلِ يَعْقُوبَ. Someone who inherits from me and the legacy of Yaqub. وَجَعَلْهُ رَبِّ رَضِيًّا. Make this child pleasing to me. What do you note when you hear the way Zakaria expresses himself to Allah? He is in a state of vulnerability. This is the one word we have to remember. When Zakaria talks to Allah, he speaks to Allah in the raw, vulnerable, broken and unfiltered manner. There's no script. He's just broken down in front of Allah. And this is the dua. The way you speak to Allah when you are broken down, when you are desperate, when you are raw and unfiltered. That dua, believe me, breaks through the ceiling, breaks through the ozone layer, and it reaches the Almighty because of the depth of certainty and sincerity with which you said it. Many of us are stuck in a pattern, a cultural pattern, that we have to memorize a certain word for Allah to accept our statement. Allah understands every language, and every prophet made dua in their language. But when they ask Allah, it comes from the very bottom of their heart. The conversation is a conversation of someone who loves his Maker and who understands his ultimate power.